Welcome to the Voices of Recovery podcast. This is your spiritual principle of the day episode, featuring a recovering addict.
Hi, my name is Little Christina. My clean date is April 5th, 2008. You're listening to the Voices of Recovery podcast. This is the spiritual principle of the day for September 27th. Vigilance and the path of recovery. We can get stuck in patterns so quickly. Vigilance is necessary to keep old patterns from resurfacing. Living Clean, Chapter 2, Connection to Ourselves. We used to get utterly stuck, didn't we? We were caught up in impulsive patterns that seemed impossible to interrupt for any length of time. Our first real hope of breaking free from the grip of our disease came when we found NA. When we admitted our powerlessness over our addiction, the possibility of new, stable, productive patterns of behavior became a real possibility. It's a relief to be off the toxic path of our past, but staying on track with our recovery requires vigilance. It takes practice to break out of the destructive patterns and develop new, healthier habits. The good news is that we can see our disease coming and can usually hold behaviors before we're too deep in trouble. Still, times of intense struggle or humdrum complacency bring thoughts of instant relief to mind. Rather than risk going back to our old ways, we sometimes find new distractions disguised as recovery. I quickly found new behaviors to give me that same rush, even ones that seem helpful on the surface. 1 minute I'm taking on a servant's commitment, or maybe 2, and the next I'm completely obsessed, ignoring my family and other responsibilities. The member continued, "Practicing vigilance is serious business. It reminds me that there's danger out there and in my head." How do we stay vigilant? Sharing what's going on with us is crucial. We learn to be vulnerable and open to suggestions, no matter what step we're officially on. We can do a spot check inventory and talk about it with a friend or our sponsor. We can branch out in our approach to working a program, talk to more newcomers, end a commitment without re-upping on the same committee, or take a new challenge. Or hit or lit, work the traditions and guiding principles, or reflect on these entries every day. As with much of recovery, we didn't practice vigilance alone. Often, it's NA members we're close to who notice before we do that we are veering off into the wilderness. It's fellow members' keen, protective eye and each other's wisdom that helps us keep what we have and gives us courage to walk down a different path. Recreate new patterns again. Spiritual principle. Vigilance keeps me on guard, on track, and free. I will examine my choices, open up to another addict, and be open to suggestions that can keep old patterns from becoming new problems.
The Voices of Recovery podcast is an independent production of the Works of Wisdom. We welcome your questions and donations via PayPal at voicesofrecoverypod@gmail.com. This podcast is an independent production and is not affiliated with, associated with, authorized by, endorsed by, or in any way officially connected with Narcotics Anonymous or any of its subsidiaries or affiliates. While NA literature may be read during episodes for the purpose of supporting recovery, such use does not constitute an official endorsement or representation by Narcotics Anonymous. In accordance with NA tradition, the NA name is not to be used to endorse or be affiliated with any outside enterprise, and no such endorsement or affiliation is implied. Music is by Sage. Thanks for listening to the Voices of Recovery podcast.